Hey my lovelies, welcome and welcome back to my channel where I break down the fundamentals of my hair care. If you are new to this channel, guys, let me introduce myself. My name is Dina, and over here we talk about everything relaxed hair care, girl. So if that is something that you are interested in, please do consider sticking around, liking this video, giving this video a big thumbs up, and subscribing. Like, why not? Why not? The relaxed hair community seems to be fluctuating in numbers. One minute it's going up, next minute it's coming down. Doesn't matter, but we're remaining consistent on this journey. So if you want that sort of content, please do consider joining the Hair Gang family over here. Now, I've been on my hair journey for a while. I started back in 2010, and while I was on this journey, I've learned so much about my hair, and I think even now I am still learning so much about my hair, but I know a lot of you have just started your journey. A lot of you have been on your journey, but you're probably struggling. A lot of you are probably consistent with it and you're seeing consistent results. But at the end of the day, sometimes it doesn't hurt to hear from somebody else what would have worked for them. Doesn't hurt to sort of change up your routine here and there, because chances are it could either improve how your hair journey is going, or it can sometimes make it worse. So take these tips with a grain of salt. It's up to you to decide whether or not you want to incorporate them into your regimen. But if not, hey, just sit down and listen and just be entertained, right? Because that's what we're here to do. We're here to entertain while educating. So my very first tip that I've learned along the way is you don't have to force yourself or force your hair to like products that everybody else likes. Do I need to say it again? Nah, I don't think so. I think I said it good the first time. You really do not need to. And guys, I have been struggling or was struggling with this for so long. I would see somebody say, oh, this is really good. I tried out. I'm like, yeah, but it's not giving me what it's supposed to give me. And then I have to go through and do all sort of concoctions in order for it to work for my hair. But I'm like, nah. It doesn't have to. Like, somebody else's hair can like a product and yours doesn't have to. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. And so I love to see ladies who are promoting products that are not so popularly floating around social media, because it means then that you would have done your work, you've done your research, and you've realized that, hey, these products don't work for my hair as they do for others, but these ones work for me. And so it really does take some time, to be honest, to find the products that work for your hair. But once you find those, don't try to force your hair to like what other people's hair is liking or are liking. Like, don't. Yeah. Tip number 2. Protective styling is good, but protective styling for certain hair types just doesn't work. I think I've tried braids numerous times. Let's say that I would have tried braids throughout my my relaxer journey about 10 times. 7 out of 10 times, that's 70% of the time, it ends up doing more harm to my hair than good. I have tried, but overwhelmingly, it doesn't work for my hair, and I'm not going to consistently do that. It places a lot of pressure on my hair. I end up getting more breakage at the end of the day. My hair sheds a lot more. My scalp gets really dry and irritated. Sometimes I would have lost my edges. Girl, I am done with braids. I'm sorry. I don't want to risk it anymore. And for me, that's a tip that I'm taking with me for the rest of the year and into 2025. We are not doing braids on this channel. So if you're looking for those sort of protective hairstyles here, tip number 3 is that you can go against the grain. Yes, there are people that say this is what you're supposed to do in order to get healthy hair, and I'm one of them, but you don't have to do what the masses are doing. You can develop or curate your own special routine that works for you. So for instance, when people say detangling on wet hair is bad for you, detangling on wet hair that is under the shower soaking wet, is the only way I could get my hair detangled without breakage or excessive breakage. It just works for me and my hair type. Using heat is bad for your hair. I'm sure you can see a lot of lovely ladies here on YouTube who use heat to style their hair every week, and their hair is looking flourishing. Like, it works for some people. You do not have to follow the grain. You do not have to do everything that is being promoted out there as this is what you need to do for healthy hair. You can do what you have to do for your particular hair type, for your particular lifestyle, for how you want your hair to look at the end of the day, and make it work for you. Don't be forced to do what other people are doing. Tip number 4, your health is important. Your health is important, and I'm not gonna stay too long on this because I feel like this is like an over talk subject. Like a lot of people saying, yeah, you have to make sure that you eat right in order for it to show on your hair. And it's really true. Like, I can't tell you how much truth there is to that. Right now, I have started to be consistent with my vitamin D and my iron tablets, and my hair looks and feels so much different. I am now probably around 2 months or a little bit post relaxer, and my new growth feels amazing. I'm trying to figure out if it's all in my head or or if it's really just grown that much and has thickened up that much, but it's just ridiculous how my hair feels at this point in time because of those simple changes that I've been making to my body. I don't know. I've been saying tips for the longest while, but these are not really tips. These are lessons that I would have learned along the way. But yeah, I guess they could be classed as tips as well. So the next one, number 6, is fine hair versus coarse hair. And I did a whole dedicated video to this. So yeah, I'll leave it down below and up in the cards so you can check it out. But the way that you deal with coarse hair versus the way that you deal with fine hair, completely different. Completely different. And the thing is that a lot of the hair content that you're seeing on socials is primarily people with coarse hair. So initially you're forced to, well, not forced, but initially you want to adopt a routine that people with coarse hair are using. And then when you realize that it doesn't really work for your hair, you're sort of like, yeah, but this content creator is saying this, but it doesn't really work. But have you considered that you guys have 2 totally different types of textures? And so it does make a huge difference in your routine based on the texture of your hair. So once you find what works for your hair and your texture, just don't change it. Don't change it. I'm telling you, stick to it, because changing that particular routine can really be devastating for your hair. So that's something that I would have learned. My hair is not like everybody else's, and therefore my routine doesn't have to be like everybody else's. Tip number 6, or lesson number 6, is stretching can be bad, but stretching can be good. There are periods of time that I would have stretched my relaxer and ooh, at the end of it my hair is looking nice. And then there are periods where I would have stretched my relaxer and my hair is looking terrible. We all know that there are justifications for why we stretch. One, we don't want to be over applying relaxer to our hair. And yes, we are aware, I think most of us are aware that it has been said that there can be some health related issues as it relates to applying relaxers to your hair frequently. And I think that's the part that a lot of us are not getting from the studies. It was the frequency of applying these products to our hair. So the longer we stretch out our relaxer, the less chances we have of it really impacting our health as such. Also, I think sometimes it's the ingredients that's in a particular type of relaxer as well. But anyways, we're not getting into that. I literally just touched the surface, so if I'm not correct, please do correct me down below. But at the same time, stretching has always been something that we within the healthy hair community tend to promote, because we see big changes at the end of a stretch. But it's very important that you know how much length of a time your hair can go without a relaxer, because trust me, dealing with textures that are in the 4 type category and stretching is very, very challenging. People I feel who are type 3, type 2, those people can get away with longer stretches because their textures are really loose. But the further up the hair type you go, it becomes more challenging. You have to find different ways of keeping that new growth moisturized. Otherwise, your stretch is not going to be worth it. Your stretch is going to be a waste of time. So know how long your hair can take the stretch. Tip number 8, or lesson number 8, across your hair, the different types of hair. I have fine hair at some points, I have coarse hair at some points. My texture differs, so at the back it's more 4C, at the front and the middle it's a different it's different. And because it's different, sometimes you have to know how to treat those different sections of your hair. So for instance, when I go to detangle the back, I'm taking so much extra time, I'm taking so much extra care because I don't want to inflict too much breakage. When it comes to me moisturizing my hair, I'm concentrating a lot more on the back because the back tends to dry out a little bit more. So you kind of have to craft your routine or your regimen based on the different textures and types of hair that go across your head. That is so important. You cannot treat each section the same because each section is essentially different. Tip number 8 or lesson number 8 is dry scalp can increase your shedding. It was a content creator that I was following on TikTok, and I think she was on YouTube as well, and I heard her saying this, and that is one of the reasons why I kept doing more hot oil treatments, because I felt that the more lubrication I added to my scalp, the less I started to see shedding. And guys, I have been experiencing some shedding, and I've started my hot oil treatments again, and there has been a difference. But I'm not going to come to you just as yet. Like, I really want to track it for an extended period of time just to show you the change that hot oil treatments can make to your hair when you're shedding a lot. And I guess this change as well is compacted because I have started adding more iron and vitamin D to my routine as well. But as I said, it's a whole collective process. And so back to the dry hair thing, the dry scalp thing, the dry scalp can definitely affect your shedding. So try to keep your scalp as lubricated as possible, because the whole dry scalp thing, it doesn't feel good and it doesn't look good, and it doesn't result in anything good for your hair journey. Healthy hair, healthy scalp, healthy hair. They go hand in hand. Tip number 9 or lesson number 9 is your hair doesn't always have to look perfect. Sometimes I cringe when I leave the house and I see how my hair looks, and I'm like, if somebody who follows me on my socials has to see me out my house, they're gonna be wondering, why does your hair look like this? Why your hair look polished like how it normally looks in the videos? And like, I cringe, but I have no shame, because cute hairstyles, perfect hairstyles where your edges all slicked back and your bun is all super neat, or your hair is down and it has all that body, all that movement, girl, sometimes those can be some of the most damaging hairstyles, eh? They can be so damaging to your hair that it literally just makes sense to sometimes just loose hairstyles, loose buns, like claw clips, like a little headband here and there. Just make sure that it's smooth. Sometimes my edges are not laid down and I don't feel away. I don't feel away because at the end of the day, I'm doing what's best for my hair. But I know that there's some of us who like that, you know, that kind of cute little image. Like, I won't mind leaving the house looking like this every single day, but practically, it doesn't make sense. Probably I could have gotten away with this when I was in Montserrat, but up here, when you leave the house and 2 is raining, I'm not about to risk my hair for this weird weather that's up here in the UK. I'm sorry, no, it ain't happening. It ain't happening. Because when I was back home, best believe my hair was looking nice, you know. My hair was looking cute. Up here, if you see me on the road, don't even ask me anything about my hair. You hear me? Don't ask me nothing about my hair. It's going to be looking a mess. But at the end of the day, it's healthy. Tip number 10 or lesson number 10. No 2 wash days are ever gonna be the same. I am so sorry to break it to you, but you can use the exact same products this week as you do next week, and your hair is gonna come out feeling different all the time. You're not using the exact science. When you're washing your hair, you're not using the same amount of shampoo every week. You're not using the same amount of deep conditioner every week. You're averaging. And so because you're averaging, your hair is gonna come out different all of the time, and that is perfectly fine. But what I can tell you is that the biggest tip that I've learned or that I've observed over these last years is it's so difficult to recover from a bad wash day. The only way to recover from a bad wash day is to wash your hair again. So if you wash your hair and your hair comes out feeling ridiculously dry at the end of it, no amount of product that you add to your hair for that week is going to change it. Your hair is just gonna feel dry. Like the person in my comments who said that it feels as though moisture is just sitting on top of their hair, essentially that is how your hair is gonna feel for the most part. And so the only way to get over a bad wash day is to essentially have a reset with a good wash day. And I know some of us like literally don't want to wash our hair midweek. We'll just prefer to leave our hair for that week and then, you know, do the reset. And sometimes that's me, because who really has time to be sitting there washing their hair on a Wednesday? Really? But yeah, these are some of the tips that I've picked up. Some of them are guided tips, some of them are just real tips that, yeah, I really don't have a solution to them, but it's just things that I would have noticed in case like you notice them, I noticed them as well. But I wanted to have one video just highlighting some of them over the years, the lessons and the tips, I suppose, that I would have gathered over the years, that some of them have helped me and some of them have made me realize that I need to make changes to my regimen to prevent, you know, all sorts of different things from happening to my hair. So yeah, guys, tell me if any of these tips or lessons relate to you, and if I haven't given a solution to some of them, let me know what you normally do to combat them. All right, so thank you so much for watching today's video. Of course, if you haven't yet already, hit the subscribe button, like this video, share this video with a friend, girl, and tell a friend to stop over on my channel. We're trying to upload videos almost every single Sunday, and I've been very consistent as well. So until next week Sunday, guys, take care. Bye.